like the rest of your family.
Sisu, Road to Revenge is 2, Sisu, as Evil Dead 2, Dead by Dawn is 2, Evil Dead. It's a film with a similar structure and stakes that's bigger, crazier, and more willing to lean into action and comedy dynamics that feel inspired by silent filmmaking. It's an absolute blast of an action movie, another showcase for Jalmari Helinder's increasing skill with action choreography and inventive set pieces. Joma Tomila returns as the franchise's silent hero, a new variation on Mad Max in this thrill ride that's also clearly inspired by George Miller's action orgies. There's a sequence early in the film under a chapter card that reads, Motor Mayhem, that's basically Sisu, Fury Road, and it's one of the most purely thrilling riffs on the 2015 masterpiece that hit theaters in the decade since. Road to Revenge reimagines everything that worked about Sisu, but it does what an action sequel should do and builds on it instead of just repeating the same barely controlled chaos. This movie rules. World War II has ended, and the silent warrior army copy Joma Tomila has returned to a home that no longer contains the joyful presence of his wife and child. With his bare hands, he takes the house apart, plank by plank, and piles them onto a vehicle to drive them back to a place where he can rebuild and start over. Yes, this means our hero will be maneuvering a massive vehicle filled with giant planks of wood for much of Sisu 2. Let your imagination run wild and you still wouldn't be able to predict what happens next. Meanwhile, the legend of Sisu has grown in the region, leading a Russian general, a perfect Richard Brake, to unleash the only villain who could vanquish this hero, the Red Army officer who created him. Igor Dragunov Stephen Lang is the man who killed Copy's family, and he is given the assignment of hunting him down. Broken up into chapters with title cards, Sisu, Road to Revenge, is basically one long chase movie as Copy tries to get his home to somewhere safe and Dragunov and waves of his to-be mutilated soldiers track him down. It is an escalating assembly of set pieces, each building on the one before, and Helinder uses the chapter cards to name them. For example, Motor Mayhem sends masked men on motorcycles after Copy, each of them surely uninformed on the force of nature they're facing. Bodies hurl, cars explode, and you think that the movie may have played its best action cards early. And then it does it again in Incoming, Think Planes V's, Car, and you realize that Helinder has more than enough ideas for this movie's lean, mean 88 minutes. This review was filed from the world premiere at Fantastic Fest. It opens on November 21, 2025.